Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Ome. Today we're going to be playing some Gruul aggro in the Bash Bros podcast tournament. And this is actually wet Gruul. It's got a blue splash for some sideboard cards. But apart from that, it functions as normal Gruul. And I am recording this after the part of the video that you're, the beat of the video, after the games. So, let's just say I actually did pretty well, so if you want to see how I did, stick around to the end, and I really hope you do. So, that aside, let's get into the deck. What is this deck trying to do? Well, it's just an aggro deck. It's got an adventure sub-theme, primarily, so you've got Edgewell Innkeeper combined with Bonecrusher Giant and Lovestruck Beast, both of which are very powerful on their own, but get even better with Edgewell Innkeeper. Past that, we've got aggressive creatures, Brushfire Elemental, and Kazindi Mammoth put together a small landfall theme, and they work especially well with Fabled Passage, Questing Beast, and the Akroan War, as well as Goldspan Dragon round out our top end creatures. And for Embercleaves, no great hinges because grinding in standard right now is not great with all the ultimatums running around. And I'm actually playing specifically Gruul, especially with the main deck Akroan Wars, for one major reason over playing Mono Red, because Mono Red has a better matchup against Sultai, and Sultai doesn't, and Sultai actually has a better matchup against Gruul than it does against Mono Red. So the one reason I am playing Gruul rather than Mono Red is because I expect there to be a lot of Mono Red aggro in the tournament. So I'm playing Gruul, which is inherently favored against Mono Red aggro because it goes slightly bigger. So I should be around like a 70% instead of 50%, 60-70% against Mono Red, which is actually I expect to be very helpful, and that's why I've chosen this deck. Now, this deck does struggle a little bit against Mono White, and it's a little bit worse against Sultai as well, but the blue splash with the negates and the disdainful strokes actually, I think, do a lot in helping the Sultai matchup. So how are we facilitating that splash? Well, we're playing 8 blue lands in the main deck, 4 Riverglide Pathways and 4 Bark Channel Pathways, and so these both can produce blue but also don't harm our mana base. And then to really make the splash work, we've got 1 island to work with the 4 Fabled Passages in the sideboard, as well as the 2 Disdainful Strokes negates, which really only come in against Sultai or like Esper Doom, for example. Really just like slow decks that are not great against counter spells. And so they're mainly there to counter like a Wrath or an Ultimatum, something like big and massive that ends the game, like a Yorion as well, Disdainful Stroke and hit. And so that's there just for a little bit of extra disruption against some of the more popular decks in the field. So past that, we've got some removal, Cinderclasm, because again, I'm expecting a lot of aggro to punish the Sultai players, Fire Prophecy and Soulseer for a little bit more removal, Clothis for more grindy matchups and matchups that struggle removing it, like Rogues, and 2 Ox of Gonas for Rogues. So that's the deck, and let's get into some tournament matches. Alright, welcome to probably the first match of this tournament that you're going to see. It's match number 2, and I 2-0'd match number 1 pretty quickly, but I hadn't yet decided if I wanted to even make a video out of this tournament. I'm still not sure if I am. If I just like lose a couple rounds in a row, it's probably not going to actually make it into a video, but hopefully it does. And it was just really quick. I just stomped Mono Red with this wet Gruul deck. As for this hand, I'm going to have to take them all. It's only got red sources and only got green cards, which is not a great mix, but I'll certainly keep this hand. And my opponent is on Sultai, as you can see they're on Yorion, and they're just running the straight up Sultai Ultimatum deck. They're also just like 100% a stock list. They've got 2 main deck negates and 3 mystical disputes, which is good for me, but apart from that, it's all just 100% normal. Alright. So, yeah, I'm going to keep this hand, and I'm going to bottom a land, and it's probably just going to be this Fabled Passage. I don't need double red yet. There's only Embercleave I need double red for, and I'm sure I'll be able to get to that at some point, whereas if I keep Fabled Passage and don't draw 4th land, it could get a little awkward. Okay, and that's my second green source. I really want to draw an adventure creature here, though, more than anything else, because like if I just draw a Bonecrusher Giant or a Lovestruck Beast here, I just get to draw 2 cards, which is kind of ridiculous. Might be 1 card if they can remove it, but looks like all they've got is a Valky. So, come on, adventure creature off the top. No. Okay, well, in that case, in that case, I'll just go ahead and play this Crackdown Pathway and attack. There's just absolutely zero way my opponent ever blocks here, since they'd just be giving me a Questing Beast. And, I mean, this is not great, because all I've got is 2 1/1s. But I guess I can cast this Embercleave, and my opponent's not doing a ton. Actually, not crack the Scalable Passage in my deck, because I do have some landfall creatures in my deck, because I have Mammoth and Brushfire Elemental, so I think it'd be better if I saved it for that, since I'm just taking 1 extra land out of my deck. It's not very likely to actually change anything, whereas being able to attack with something like a 5/5 instead of a 3/3 if I draw a Brushfire Elemental could actually be very relevant, especially with Embercleave. Alright, so just give me another land for them. They've got 5 mana currently, which is not ideal for me. And they're just going to turn Valky into a Questing Beast. Okay, it could be worse, I guess. Okay, you know what? This Embercleave draw is actually interesting. I could just attack with Edgewalling Keeper, and they just don't block, and I'm pretty screwed. Or I could actually just play the land, and I'm going to attack with both. If they block the Edgewalling Keeper that's not equipped with an Embercleave, what I'm going to do is going to cast this Embercleave, keep this one, equip it here, and get Questing Beast into my hand. And I'm going to play the land here, since if I draw something like an adventure creature, I'm definitely going to want my mana. And that also means that I'll just go ahead and crack it into my deck, since it's a lower upside to keep it uncracked anyway. Alright, so let's see what my opponent has here. They actually take the trade, as I was hoping. It's not great, but at least I can do something with the second Embercleave, which would normally be dead. And I do get kind of blown out by a Binding of the Old Gods, which would leave me with no Embercleaves. But I think just finding a use for it's going to be actually pretty important here. And I'll go ahead and get a green source, I guess. Not that it really matters. I have some potential sequences that could punish me for going both ways. There's an adventure creature, though, so now I get to start drawing cards, and that's very good. It's also a pretty beefy one. Ooh, and another Edgewalling Keeper. Okay, so if my opponent has a Wrath, then I'm pretty screwed, but if they don't have a Wrath, and I feel like they would have Wrathed earlier if they did have a Wrath, when they were on 5 mana, just to kill my Edgewalling Keeper, then I'm actually in a good spot. Extinction Event kind of ruins me, but worst comes to worst, I can always cast this Questing Beast, and there's the Wrath. Yikes, that's not good for me. If they have no removal for this Questing Beast, it is going to kill them, though. Next turn, I get to equip Embercleave, then they won't be able to block with the Orion, because Death Touch plus Trample means that there only needs to be 1 damage assigned for the rest, and then the rest of the damage goes through. Fortunately, they're on Ultimatum mana and Epiphany mana. Could be worse, but oh, they've got another Epiphany, because that's the only Foretell card in their deck, right? It should be, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Oh no, they've got 4 Behold the Multiverses, which is still bad for me, to be fair. Yikes. And that's the Emergent Ultimatum. That's probably just game. Like, my only hope here is to just randomly win with an Embercleave on a Questing Beast, so I guess I need to give them I need to give them 4 Unclex, and I don't... Oh, shoot! I keep thinking it's clicking too. Well, I mean, I guess this game's still over. They get to take an extra turn to play, and Kira... Like, they'd have an extra turn with the 4 Unclex. Actually, so I guess they don't die anyway, because they'd have enough blockers. And then that'd actually... Yeah, so that doesn't work anyway. And now they've got a Behold the Multiverse. They'd be taking an extra turn anyway. So... Yeah. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what I did there. I was just 100% dead. Okay, well, that's annoying, but I do get to bring in some cards post-board. To bring in Clothis and Negates and Disdainful Strokes in this island. I'm going to cut a forest for it. And I'm going to cut... What am I going to cut? I'm going to cut all these. Actually, do I want to cut Brushfire Elementals? I don't want to cut Brushfire Elementals, because I do actually want to stay gray. So I'll cut the Akroan Wars. And does my opponent have any creatures? They've got 2 Valkyries, I guess, so I might as well keep the Bone Crushers. I cut 2 Love Struck Beasts since it's not super good against my opponent, and then my 2 Scavenging Oozes, I guess. Seems fine. Do I want to change anything else? Don't think so. Yeah, this looks good. Let's just run it like that. So these counter spells should be pretty helpful when it comes to disrupting my opponent. If I could just counter a Crucial Wrath or their ultimatum or something, that should be pretty huge. It's the reason why this deck is splashing blue. There's not much cost to do it because you could just play the pathways, and then the potential upside is actually pretty high. Ooh, yeah, I'll keep this hand. I will keep this hand. It's missing something, but it's got a bunch of creatures. It's got decent mana. There's a Disdainful Stroke as well. Though, unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to play this Riverglide Pathway on red, so we're going to have to wait on this Disdainful Stroke for a bit. But that's fine. I don't want to cast it in the early game anyway. Okay, Wolfwall Haven, so opponent's just getting their ramp on. So I'm just going to play Brushfire Elementals. That's basically my plan for this game. Next turn, I'm going to play the Kazanian Mammoth as a land, most likely, and just attack for 7 on turn 3, which is pretty good. Pretty dang good. Though, of course, my opponent could have something good here. Yep, that's pretty good. They're going to hit my Edge-Rolling Keeper. That's honestly just better than them. Never mind. I was going to say that's... Okay, I punted. I missed 2 damage. I should have played the Brushfire Elemental first. Well, yeah, I was going to say I'm glad that they killed my Edge-Rolling Keeper because I didn't have any adventure creatures, and then I drew an adventure creature. So that's nice. And yeah, now I think I'm in a pretty rough spot since my opponent gets to kill one of my creatures. Now they're under a lot less pressure, especially if I miss my next land drop. I don't even have blue for this Disdainful Stroke yet. And that's a Pelucranos. Yeah. I think I'm pretty dead here. How am I ever going to beat a Pelucranos? That's also pretty tilting since they literally only have 2 of them and they're an 80 card deck, and Pelucranos is just insane against me. It just stomps Gruul. I'm gonna see, not the worst. If they're just drawing cards, then that's fine, right? If I eventually get to this Goldspan Dragons, I'll be able to protect them with Disdainful Stroke off the treasure, so that's pretty good. But I need to draw 2 successive lands to do that. And yeah, that's a Cultivate, which, I mean, I'd say is not the worst, but they have Ultimatum online next turn. And honestly, so I know what do I even do with this Riverglide Pathway? I think I just have to hope they don't have Ultimatum this turn, because I don't really think I can beat one. So I'll do this, and then I could attack for 6 here. It's probably actually the right play since it shrinks the Pelucranos anyway. It's going to happen once they fight pretty much no matter what, so I'm basically just eliminating the need for them to spend some mana by getting in some extra damage. So now if they don't have Ultimatum and I draw a land, then I have a chance. And I think I need to play the Pathway as a red source since that makes it more likely that I can yikes. More likely that I can actually cast Goldspan Dragon next turn. That's not good for me. Now they've got chump blockers for my Goldspan Dragon. Now they also have... Okay, well, if all they do is cast Eorian, that's fine, I guess. Actually, not so fine, because that's a blocker for Goldspan Dragon. Pelucranos comes back, they draw extra cards. Like, nothing about this game is fine, but at least I'm not literally dead. Which is really all I can hope for. Hold on. Hold on a second. Does Emraklee win me the game? They block with Pelucranos. Kills Pelucranos. And I swing with the rest. Does that actually help me? So if I attack with everything, they block a Brushfire Elemental with Yorion, block the 1/1 with the bird, block on Love Struck Beast. They take 7, go to 1. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So what do I do then? I guess I still have to do that, though. I survive. A 1/1 survives. The problem is, do I want to actually not attack with the brush fire element, or not attack with the 1/1, since if I draw a land external, I'll want to Goldspan Dragon, and then the Lovestruck Beast can't attack. I think I still have to swing out, because there's a potential that they block incorrectly, and then I can actually win. Yup. Wait, what? Wait. Huh? Okay, so still don't die, but this is much better for me, I think. Yeah, so they still go to 1, but instead of a Yorion, they have a Pelucranos, which I think is honestly better. Oh, they were considering scrying on their upkeep, so they might be a little bit desperate. Come on, nothing too good, please. Now, if they kill my... Ooh, what is that? Is that a Behold the Multiverse? Has to be a Behold the Multiverse, right? But if they're doing that... eliminate? Come on. Goldspan Dragon. Please. Please, Goldspan Dragon. Them blocking with the Yorion means that Goldspan Dragon's actually... No, not... Because they freaking Pelucrano. Wait a second. Oh, wait, hold on. But this should be lethal, right? If they don't have anything? No, because Pelucranos. Wait, but no. Actually, never mind. This is still technically lethal. They don't have anything because they need to fight the Goldspan Dragon. No, but they can still block. No, they don't die this turn even if they don't have anything. They're going to Behold the Multiverse. Come on, double bottom. Yes! That's good. Desperation. Oh, do they really... Okay. Wait, if they fight pre-combat. You kidding me? They had the Heartless Act. That is frustrating. All that work for nothing. Do I still attack? I could get 2 counters off the Pelucranos, and that would mean that they can't fight the Goldspan Dragon out of the air. So that means that next turn, if they don't have anything, I still technically win. So I have to do it. It's not very likely for me to win this game. So I have to just play to my outs. They're going to upkeep Scry. That's desperation. Come on, double bottom. Please. Please, double bottom. Please. Yes. Okay. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Come on, don't draw anything. Please, one time, don't draw anything. If I draw a land, I can also hold a Disdainful Stroke. But, like, come on, just one time, nothing. One time, nothing. Please. This makes me nervous. I don't like that they're tapping mana. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't kill me. That doesn't... Okay, Pelucranos attack. Negate. But I can't hold up Negate. I can't wait another turn. There's no way I'm supposed to. I just have to go for it. Come on, please. Please. That's negate up. That's a negate up, though. That's a negate up, though. Resolve. To play around the counter spell. Negate your Heartless Act. Pay. Yes. Still have a Disdainful Stroke up. That doesn't really matter, but technically, still have a Disdainful Stroke up. Come on. Surely they've only got priority for Pelucranos. Surely. Attack. Make a treasure. Please, no. Holy crap, that was a game. Holy crap. Oh my god, how did I win that? Oh my god. How did I win that game? That's actually insane. Okay. I'm really happy. How? That was just so close. They kept just having it. And then I just barely managed to swing in with the top deck negate too, because I had to top deck that negate to stop the Heartless Act. Wow, that that was just a mixture of really bad luck in the early game, them having the Pelucanos, and then just like, just getting so lucky in the later game, and them just not having anything over all those scries. Wow, that was a game. That was a game. Oh my god. Okay, so now I'm up 2-0, which is a really good start to the tournament. And I will see you in time for match number 3. Alright, welcome to match number 3. Currently we're 2-0 in the tournament, looking to pick up a third win. And we're playing against Qui-Gon Jinn, so, I don't know, some sort of Jedi Jinn kind of thing. You rub a lamp, comes out, but instead of giving you 3 wishes, he just tells you the Force is with you, something like that. And, right, so basically, my opponent's just on mono white, the standard list, and I've actually got a really good hand against mono white. No, this unfortunately doesn't work. I'm a red source off of this actually working, but unfortunately, I think I'm just dead. I'll just attack, and I mean they're gonna block, so yeah. Just a little bit of damage off, unfortunately. Just a little bit off. If I could cast the Stomp, then I'd win this game. Ironically, it's like really was my only out, but it's just not gonna be enough even now. I can put them to 2 life. Feels bad. It just wasn't enough. Yep, now they get to attack with Face of Saving as well, so yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Well, we've still got games 2 and 3, and I do actually have 2 Cinderclasms as well, which should be pretty good in this matchup. I can cut these Brush Fire Elementals, I think, and then maybe 2 Goldspan Dragons, I think, since that's a bit too top-endy, not great against their giant killers. Actually, wait, what if Goldspan Dragon's just really bad? And I want, like, Brush Fire Elementals. Yeah, I think Goldspan Dragon's actually just atrocious, because it's bad against Mollusk Skyclave, it's bad against Legion Angel, it's bad against Giant Killer, which they're now going to have 4 of, so I think I actually could do this. And I'm almost wishing I had the adventure creature that destroys artifacts, Battle Display, and then the 2-1, because they have 4 Glaskets, but it's probably still going to be fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and keep this hand. It looks solid. Turn 1, I'm just going to put the token off Lovestruck Beast, and then follow that up with some creatures, some removal, that kind of fun stuff. Alright, just a forest for me here. So I guess I'll just attack. Play this untapped, I guess. Since it's very likely that they have a 2-drop here, I would be very surprised if they didn't. And then I need to figure out if I need to, or if I want to actually loot something away. And I don't think I do. I think I actually like the cards in my hand. So I'll be holding on to them for now. If my opponent does actually play something, I can Fire Prophecy. Yeah, that's a Seasonal Blade. It's annoying. That is annoying, but I guess I sort of have it under control. Because they just discard a Luminar Caster, but I'm actually going to bottom questing these now. Because, okay, well, land's not exactly what I wanted about Synchron War. Okay, so now we can actually just get things started, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and play this Kazandi Mammoth, because this means that I can block more freely with the 1-1 and still threaten damage. I'm really happy that I have the Souls here, because it actually is really good against Seasoned Howlblade. Prevents the Indestructible, which is a neat interaction. It doesn't come up super often, but Souls here is actually a good way to answer Seasoned Howlblade. And if they play like a Maul now, then I'm going to be really happy that I have the Soulseer. So basically I'm just going to Soulseer the Seasoned Howlblade, and then next turn I'm going to Crow and War whatever they play, and I mean, I'm getting it for 6 every turn. That's a lot of damage, so I think my opponent's going to not be in a great spot, depending, of course, what they have next turn. Because if they have, like, some random Skyclave apparition or something to really slow me down, then that could be a problem. But if I could just Soul Seal this Seasoned Hallowblade and then sort of go from there without too many interruptions from my opponent, then I think that puts me in a great spot. Actually, let me turn on some light so you can actually... There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Not that much changed, but yeah. Okay, Luminarch Aspirant. That is fine. That is fine. Another freaking Seasoned Hallowblade. Card's just busted. Okay, so let's let them go to combat. Put it on that one naturally. I guess then I just want to... Do I... No. I think I just want to do this, right? Yeah. I was hoping maybe my opponent wouldn't see and just like go for the tap or something, but nope, they saw the line. Okay, so now I'm just playing Lovestruck Beast, I think. I could play Commit, because I Mammoth and just not play a land. I guess that actually also... No, I do want to play a land, so I'll just go ahead and play this Crag Crown Pathway. On, I guess, red. Yeah, red is fine, because this means I get to attack for 5. And if they want to double block, give up a card in their hand and the Luminarch Aspirant, then that's fine by me, and I doubt they'll go for it, and I really do need to get in my damage here since I need to put them in a position where I'm putting them under enough pressure. They have to make bad blocks. Once I Crow and Whirl away a block, or potentially even lethal. If they just take this 5, go to 8. So if they overextend here, they could end up in a very bad spot, especially if they don't have multiple creatures, but rather one play, which is really what I'm hoping for. Also, I'm hoping for no removal spells, of course. No Skyclave Apparition, no Giant Killer. Giant Killer would be pretty bad for me here, but, I mean, if they just equip Maul, and that's all they're doing, then that's good for me. Interesting. So, I think what I need to do is just a Crow and War. Oh, actually, wait, this works really, really well. So I Crow and War Seasoned Hallowblade, play the land, make my Kazan Mammoth a 5/5. Now I have two 5/5s. They've got a 1/1 and a 4/3 as blockers. I need to think if I could maybe even attack with the 1/1 if they can't block it without dying. Though I really don't want to give up my 1/1 if I don't have to. So go and do this now. Put it on red. Go to the Kazandu Mammoth. These mauls have been brutal, but so far this game hasn't done too much work for my opponent. So here's the thing, right? They have the Giant Killer. Okay. Well, actually, now I get to attack with the 1/1 since they killed my Giant Killer. And now they chomp block. Okay, I do like to see the chomp block. Now, I can play the Kazandu Mammoth as a land next turn if I need to grow my Kazandu Mammoth. For all they're doing is just Giant Killer and Faceless Haven as their blockers. Interesting. So it's going to be a halver for my opponent. Okay, there's the land. So I guess I know I'm playing the land then. Or am I? Yeah, I actually want their Seasoned Hallowblade to die, so. So if I just let them attack next turn, both their creatures die. Oh, and I can actually tap the Seasoned Hallowblade. What if I just let them suicide their creatures? So what if I play the land, swing out? If I play the land and then attack, they're probably going to double block my Kazandu Mammoth. Then they go to 1. Then... Or I could just attack with Seasoned Howlblade. Actually, I like attacking just with Seasoned Howlblade. Or do I? Because if I block the Kazandra, I meant that I can kill the Halvar. They're gonna have to attack next turn though, so... Yeah, I think... If I leave the Seasoned Halberd up to block, they can tap it with Giant Killer. And then Halberd just gets in. So yeah, I'm just making this attack. I'm not sure if it's the right one, but I guess it's the best I've got. Okay, they block with Giant Killer. That's actually good for me, I think. So now I play the Kazandra, since it's a big beefy boy, and pass. And I'm going to have to set an upkeep stop so that I can tap the Seasoned Hellblade in response to the... Shoot, I'm dead, right? Was there anything I could do about that? Because I didn't realize. No, I guess they didn't have to... I guess they didn't have to block with the Halvar there no matter what I did. And they weren't going to play around Bone Crusher Giant. Shoot, I totally forgot about the double strike, but I guess it doesn't matter. Well, that's frustrating. I guess I'm dead. Yeah, Mono was just not a great matchup, and they had the Giant Killer and all that. Wow, that's unfortunate. But hey, we're still off to a 2-1 start, which is pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I knew that when I was queuing up Gruul, I was going to have a hard time against Mono White, so here it is. Well, alrighty, welcome to match number 4. We're currently 2-1. Again, looking to pick up our third win. Being 3-1 would certainly be a big boon in this tournament, so let's do that, hopefully. And we're playing against an opponent who's on Simic Nonsense. And I need to figure out if I want to keep this hand. I think the answer is yes. Fabled Passage being our only green source is a little bit awkward because this means that if we don't draw another green source, we'll have to probably skip Adventuring Lovestruck Beast and just play it as a creature or something. But this still should be just fine. My opponent's on a Mult 60, which is good for my chances, but unfortunate for them. So I'll grab a Forest. And yeah, so what is their deck basically? They've got just a bunch of Simic cards. They've got counter spells, Essence Scatter, Dry Disruption, Negate, Saw It Coming. They've got one Allen's Epiphany, a bunch of ramp creatures, Landware Visionary, Tangled Forahedron. They've got 4 Brazen Borrowers, 3 Comas, 2 Garruk Unleashed, 2 Asika's Chariot for some reason, and then 4 Shark Typhoon. Basically, they're pretty much just playing Simic Tradebinder, if I had to give their deck a name. Just basically playing a bunch of cards that they own on Arena, I'm assuming. I was like messaging them, and they told me they called it Simic Nonsense, which is pretty accurate. So yeah, that's pretty much what they're on. Ooh, hold on. Interesting. I still think Here's the thing though, my opponent has 4 Brazen Borrowers, so I really want to actually get my token down, and I think they have a lot of targets for Bone Crusher Giant. So if I can like play Lovestruck Beast, hold up Bone Crusher Giant to kill like a Tangled Forahedron or a Landware Visionary, I think that's actually good. Let me attack in here first before I actually have to make a decision. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna take it a little bit slow here since they Brazen Borrower my Edgewell and Keeper pre-combat, then it makes Lovestruck Beast awkward, and that's just kind of annoying. Plus, I really do want to actually just kill their Landware Visionary, which it's very likely that they have one because they have 4 of them. Okay, let's see what they have here though. Yeah, and this also makes their whatever they have a lot worse because this plays around a counterspell as well. They just wasted their turn 2, which is a really good sign for me. And there's a Garruk's Harbinger. Okay. So I guess I'll just play. Okay, hold it for a second. Hold on. Let's put that on. No, actually, I am going to play Lovestruck Beast. Oh, I should have left a green on top, but it's fine. And then next turn, next turn, I think I can do something. If they bounce my Lovestruck Beast, because that's really the only way they have to remove it, I think that's totally fine by me. If they have like an Asika's Chariot, then I can just remove it, or remove all the tokens. So I think it's going to be better than double stomping this Grug's Harbinger, especially since next turn I can, like, I don't know, attack and then stomp, spend 5 mana doing stuff. Maybe like play Goldspin Dragon, hold up a stomp, do something nice, because I'll have more mana and more options. And it's also good that I've drawn all these adventure creatures, not only because I've just got Agile Innkeeper, but okay. Sorry, I can't talk right now, because my opponent's trying to, like, 1-for-1 me, and having all these adventure creatures and drawing cards means that I'm not going to run out of gas, which is good against my opponent, who's basically trying to outgrind me with counter spells. Okay, we got it out. And I'm going to play a land here first to play around Juwai Disruption, which they have 4 of. Alright, so is there any downside to me attacking with Edgewell and keep it here? Do I have any flash? Nope, there's nothing they could have, so I'll attack. Alright. And it looks like they just had the, actually, I'm pretty sure they had a counterspell, and since they didn't counter my Lovestruck Beast, then I think I need to play around Juwai Disruption, because I think that's what they've got. So, yeah, basically. And let's see what they have, because I really don't want to lose to a Coma, so I want to actually try to, like, kill them. Coma's 7 mana. And Coma would be a massive problem, but really nothing else in their deck is that much of a problem for me, to be honest. I think I just want to attack here, first of all. I think I'm just going to attack. I'm going to attack with the Lovestruck Beast and the 1/1, since then I can stomp and I have another 1/1 and this Edgewell Innkeeper, so yeah, basically. Right, so I need to let the damage go through first. Since if they see me stomping the Grug's Harbinger, they can, like, bounce the 1/1 in response. That doesn't end great for me, so yeah, nothing so far. They also could have activated the Faceless Haven, but that's fine by me. They wouldn't have a great time double blocking or anything. So let's do this now. If they have a counterspell, I just cast the second. A little bit unfortunate if they have a counterspell, because then I lose out on casting Bone Crusher Giant, but if they do have a counterspell here, I'll just stomp, then play a land to play around the 1 mana counter, and then, or the pay 1 counter, and then just Heart's Desire. And if they have 2 counter spells, like, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, there's a Juwai Disruption, so I'll pay 1. I will definitely pay 1. That there is no doubt about. Really. That is interesting. That is very interesting. I'm not actually sure why they did that. And, of course, if they counter me here now, I'm going to be totally fine because I'm already drawing cards off of it, but I'm really not sure why they went for Juwai Disruption there. I'm trying to think of a reason, because, I mean, ultimately it's also a land that they can play. It's not just a spell. And honestly, I'm not sure. Wow, look at that art. It's gorgeous. All the pathways have sick art, but these are just, Okay, I'm going to block the Questing Beast here 100%. It just creates problems for me if I don't. I'll have to trade with it anyway at some point, so, you know. And, of course, I could try to, like, go with Embercleave, but they're probably going to have, like, a counterspell for my Embercleave, and then things get awkward. Let's do this, actually. I'm going to play this. Am I, though? Because if I play Questing Beast and they have a counterspell, I guess I can just stomp their Brazen Borrower. I need to make sure I don't lose to a Coma. Actually, you know what? So, since, actually, if they have a counterspell, this just ends up problematic for me no matter what, I'll just do this, and then keep up Stomp if they counter it. Oh, okay, no plays. That's good for me. So now I'll attack, and now I have mana for Embercleave. Unless they have, like, a Brazen Bar or another one, potentially. If they counter my Embercleave, that's honestly just also kind of fine by me, because they just take, like, 1,000,000 damage. Then Coma doesn't save them, so I'm feeling pretty good about my position here, to be honest. What would I rather they bounce? Because I think they have a Brazen Borrower that they're waiting to use, so I think I'd rather they bounce my... it's a hard choice. What if I put the Embercleave on the Edgel Innkeeper? Is that insane? Is that absolutely insane? I don't think it is, to be honest. And you're gonna do this. It deals them like they don't die this turn if I do this. But this plays around Brazen Borrower. And I mean, I'll still have a 1/1 since you know. So that's basically just 3 extra damage that I got there by doing that. So that's actually, I'm pretty proud of that play. That was smart on my part. Like, not to toot my own horn pretty much, but that was an unintuitive play, and honestly I think it was actually a good one. Maybe not though, maybe I'm just insane and I should have just forced lethal, but they were holding priority for something, and really the only thing that they could have is another Brazen Borrower, especially since they didn't counter any of my spells, and now the game looks pretty over. Now I'm just going to play another Goldspan Dragon and get in for 1,000,000 damages, and I can also stomp the Brazen Borrower and stuff, so now it's looking not great for my opponent. Because if I want to activate Faceless Haven and play this Brazen Borrower to block, then that's fine by me, because then they're not keeping up mana for counter spells. That's another Brazen Borrower. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Can't unfortunately equip Embercleave since they did that at the correct time, but I'm still just going to attack with these 2 Goldspan Dragons and the 1/1/2. Because if they want to activate Faceless Haven, then they can't actually block with the Brazen Borrower, so this is free, and then this is lethal. Okay, so we actually got there. That was a really unfortunate for my opponent there. They just were kind of behind the whole game, but I mean, I'll take it, right? And then I don't think that Embercleave play actually did end up winning or losing me that game, but I think it was still a correct play, so I'm glad I did it all the same. Alright, so am I bringing in the splash? Honestly, I don't think so. What do I even want to bring in against my opponent? Like, do I want removal spells? Do I want Fire Prophecy? Do I want Ox of Agonas? Because that's a good card to grind with, but honestly, what am my opponent bringing in? They're bringing in, like, Elder Gargaroth. Okay, how do I beat Elder Gargaroth? I don't really beat Elder Gargaroth. Oh, I bring in Disdainful Strokes. I got there. I bring in Disdainful Strokes, but not negates, because they have some expensive spells. Actually, wait, Coma can't be countered. So, you know what? Scratch that. We're going to keep my mana base a little bit better. I'm not going to bring in Disdainful Strokes. We're just going to hope they don't have the Gargaroth, or hope we can Embercleave through it. And, honestly, I'm just gonna bring in, I don't even know what to bring in. Like, I don't know how to sideboard against my opponent. That's the problem. I don't even know if I want to bring in anything, because Clothis just gets countered and puts on less pressure. So I think it's either, do I want to bring in a removal spell or not, because Ox of Agonas feels slow against all their, like, Gargaroths and Comas. They have 2 Gargaroths and 3 Comas post board, I assume. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep this like this. I could also bring in Soul Seer because that answers Garuk, but honestly, Stomp just answers Garuk, so I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna keep it like this. So yeah, we kind of just lost the game to a Coma, but it's fine because we can go for game 3 on the play. And besides that game, we just did not draw well, and we almost won still. Like, we literally drew way too many lands, but we almost won. So we just have like a good hand now. Just a good hand. Actually, I don't hate this hand. We need to draw 1 adventure creature to pop off. We have a bunch of aggressive creatures. We need to draw basically a land and an adventure creature, and we can't lose the game, but I mean, we still have a... Ooh, okay, that's a land. Okay, you know what? That's a land. I'll take it. I get to start attacking for a lot of damage pretty early. Next turn, I'm probably going to play this Custodian Mammoth and a Scavenging Ooze and attack for 4. And then, again, any adventure creature, and they don't have a good way to deal with Edgel Innkeepers. So basically what I'm going to do this game, hopefully, is have a good early aggressive start, and then still have a very viable mid to late game with these Edgel Innkeepers, provided I draw an adventure creature. And of course, I can top out with this Gold Span Dragon. If we do a lot of like trading on counterspells and creatures, Scavenging Ooze could end up being pretty good. So I'm actually feeling all right. Essence Scatter is annoying though. Essence Scatter is certainly annoying, but I guess it makes Scooz a better play. It does make Scooz a better play. And if I just keep putting my opponent under pressure, then they will be under pressure. You heard it from me here first, folks. If I put my opponent under pressure, they are getting put against pressure, or put under pressure. God, I don't even know where I was going with that. Right. Well, let's see what my opponent has here, though. Looking more visionary. Okay, come on. Bone Crush Giant off the top. Please, please, please. No, it's an Embercleave. It's an Embercleave. It's not super useful right now. Well, I guess I'll get in for my 1 damage since I can't actually block Brush Fire. Them ramping, though, not great. Land Visionary is a good player for them when it literally stonewalls my board. But if I draw a red source and they just, like, do something, okay. If they have a Gargoth here, then I'm super screwed, but it looks like they don't. Okay, no. Can I even attack here? No, right? I can't. I can't attack with anything. Because they can shark my Brush Fire. They can also shark my Scavenging Ooze. And they have 4 Shark Typhoons. So that's not a good plan. I can't do anything. Is this really how I'm going to lose this match? Because that would be really upsetting. Just draw literally the 2 worst draws in my deck, an Embercleave and a Gold Span Dragon, which I both literally just cannot cast while I'm looking for like a land or an adventure creature. At least my opponent did absolutely nothing as well, but they're 1 mana off Coma if they play a land this turn. And we saw that went last game, so I'm not really feeling good. Land Visionary. So now they have officially got Coma mana. Also got mana for a counterspell, which I am pretty certain they have, given the amount of cards in their hand. And their refusal to do absolutely anything. It's not that helpful, to be honest. Guess I'll attack with Brush Fire now. Oh, I forgot to activate my Scavenging Ooze, but it's fine now. Because I'm not using the mana this turn, so I'll be able to eat everything anyway. They go to Den here, but they didn't block. So they need the mana, and I mean, I feel like they just probably need the mana for Coma, which, I mean, yeah, like, I think my only out is like a Fabled Passage and them misplaying at that point, because Fabled Passage makes the Brush Fire big. Maybe I can get lethal with an Embercleave. So yeah. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I get to draw 2 cards, but there's no way I'm beating this Coma. They have a counterspell for this Aquarian War. I refuse to believe that they don't. So yeah. I wonder if I can still make top 8. Maybe if I go 4-2, since I'm pretty sure there are 6 rounds in this tournament. So Dream's not dead, but it's. I'm not feeling great after this match. Game 1 went so well too, and then I flooded and screwed. It's kind of upsetting. That is kind of upsetting, to be honest. Like, I'm not dead in this game, but they have to not have a counterspell for me to have a chance, and I guess they only have 2 Sonic Cummings, 2 negates. They could have boarded out the gates, or they could have 3 negates, and maybe I'm just like, you know, even more screwed, but it's not impossible that they don't. Like there's a non-zero chance, you know? And then if I do get to resolve this Aquarian War, Like that will win me the game. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Does resolve? Come on. They need 2 Juaris, a negate, or a slot coming. They're taking a little bit long to do this. Why are they roping? Of course they have a Brazen Borrower. They have a Brazen Borrower, 100%. 100% they have a Brazen Borrower. 100% they have a Brazen Borrower. 100% that they have a Brazen Borrower. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Come on, no Brazen Borrower. Please. Please no Brazen Borrower. Come on. Come on. One time no Brazen Borrower. One time. One freaking time no Brazen Borrower. Come on. Come on. Why must you hurt me in this way, opponent? Why? Okay, look, so I guess I still have an out, which is draw like 2 adventure creatures, just spam the board full of some random stuff, force them to attack with a Crow in War, and then somehow have lethal. And to be honest, it's not impossible. I need to make sure I stay alive though, so honestly, what if I jump with an edge roll? It's probably insane. Come on, don't attack, don't attack. I really don't want them to attack here. I really don't want them to attack. Okay, that's good for me. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? What is this? Come on. What is this? Like really? Are we really doing this right now? You 3 Ambercleaves, 2 Goldspan Dragons, and I can't cast any of them. I'd rather have lands in my hand. Wow. So, I guess I just pass. Opponent's gonna have to do some attacking here, I guess. It's not like they're gonna have 1, 2 blockers and a bunch of tentacles to tap down my whole board that I can't really trade with because they didn't attack last turn, which in hindsight would have actually been good for me because then I could trade with tentacles without losing my whole board. And, yeah, basically. Like, if I draw a red source if I draw Fabled Passage for a Goldspan Dragon, right? If I draw Fabled Passage for Goldspan Dragon, attack with 3 creatures, that's enough for Embercleave. Embercleave. The problem is, dang tentacles means that the Goldspan Dragon plan is not a good idea. Starts with the Fabled Passage, though. They can't sacrifice... No, because they can sacrifice tentacles to make Coma indestructible anyway. Yeah, they're going to tap the Lovestruck Beast and then attack. I guess it has to be no blocks, right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just want to see what my next draw step is. Like, at this point, I just want to draw 4th Embercleave, just so. Okay. Yeah, now they get to tap down my whole board, basically. Indestructible, tap, tap, tap. Tappity, tappity, tap, tap, tap. Wait, hold on. But no, they have another tentacle to tap, so I guess this doesn't even help that much, does it? I guess that Llanowar Visionaries also die. It's possible that I survive. Oh, are you kidding me that my creatures die? Wow, that's it's actually ridiculously brutal. It's So now, there's no way I can have lethal if I do anything but cast Goldspan Dragon, so my only choice is to cast Goldspan Dragon. Yup. Yep. And I'm dead. And now I am dead. Well, that is very frustrating. I am actually really salty. I actually wanted that match really badly. And I thought I had it too, but just couldn't pull it together. Just couldn't pull it together for game 3. Well, I guess I'll see you back in time for match number 5, because I'm technically still not out of the tournament. Alright, welcome to match number 5, and I'm playing against Rogues, and this is the last match before the top 8. So, that means that I need to win this match to have any chance of making the top 8, and if I do win this match, I think I might have a chance of getting in. I feel like I'm not super favored though in this matchup. I think it's a little bit favored towards my opponent since they my deck isn't really configured to actually be good against Rogues at this point. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just attacking with the Brushfire Elemental since there's no way they want to trade it off with the Thieves Guild Enforcer, right? And if they do, that's fine by me. It's a you know, like, decently big Death Toucher that mills me, so I'll take that trade. And then, look, like, they're probably going to counter my Kazania Mammoth here and do that kind of stuff, but honestly, if I just get to make a massive Scavenging Ooze, it's not terrible either. And if I draw an Adventure Creature, I get to start drawing cards. I'm getting pretty low on the aforementioned cards, so that's a Blood Chief's Thirst. That's not good. But there's a chance I get to get down. Okay, and I'm probably not even going to get down Embercleave now, since... Alright. Well, what do I do now? Do I cast Embercleave? I guess I do, right? And then next turn I can, like, if I draw land, play Kazania Mammoth, equip Embercleave or something like that. Like, playing Kazania Mammoth just kind of sucks here. I think I want to use my mana efficiently. And, I mean, if my opponent has nothing, then it's not impossible to win this game. It's very improbable, though. They just had a removal right off the bat, and that's sort of just how it goes. Alright, so they didn't actually have a counterspell for Embercleave, which is nice. It's certainly a step in the right direction for me. And if they're just playing with Thieves Guild Enforcer, that's not that much of a problem. I'm getting a little bit low on cards, but they're not even halfway through my deck, considering I drew 7 cards at the beginning, and I've been drawing cards, so they've only milled like 20 cards. And they're attacking with Thieves Guild Enforcer. And that's a Goldspan Dragon. So if I just play the Goldspan Dragon, they probably have a counterspell, but they didn't have a counterspell last turn. So if I just get to attack here, that's a lot of damage. If they have a Soaring Thought Thief, it doesn't kill it. It can only chump. Okay, are they really chumping? Because if they're chumping, then I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, they're going to trade with the Udrolling Keeper, but that's fine. They go to 5 here, right? So that means that the Goldspan Dragon is lethal. Just straight up, if I put the Embercleave on it, and I'll have plenty of mana to do so because of treasures, and then I'll have the Kazania Mammoth. I'm not dead. I'm not anywhere near dead because of my life total or the cards in my library. I'm feeling not bad. If all I've got is like some random dorks in hand, or my opponent can no longer win the game. Okay. I did not think I was going to win that game, but Goldspan Dragon, too strong. Okay, that's really, really, really good. That's very good, because these next games are going to be a lot harder to win. So I'm going to bring in all of these, take out these Brushfire Elementals, and Embercleave, because Embercleave is bad against my opponent. Like, even though, you know, you saw in that game that was good, but nah, overall not great. And I'm not going to bring in the negates because Honestly, it's just a little bit too slow. I want to be fast and proactive, and I don't want to be wasting time countering my opponent's spells when that's sort of their thing to do. And Burst Fire is just really bad on the draw. It's also bad against rogues, specifically in Embercleave. Just being expensive, being bad against removal makes it not good against rogues as well. Maybe I want to be cutting all 4 Embercleave or like 3 Embercleave and keeping one of the Brush Fires in. I'm not sure, but somewhere around what I'm doing should be correct. Alright, so game number 2 against Molneo. Let's just win this one. Molneo, 22. Won't even know what hit them. That's the second time I've said this. So I probably should stop saying that, but yeah. Basically, I need to win this game. Or this match, either. To have any hope, I've already said that like 15 times as well. You know what? Let's just focus on the game. Lovestruck Beast on turn 1. Probably another Lovestruck Beast on turn 2 when getting off Forest, so I can Lovestruck Beast on turn 3. Because, yeah. Okay, let me actually attack. Because they can't actually flash anything to block me. And what did they board in, actually? Just, actually, not much, really. Their sideboard kind of sucks against Gruul. They've got a bunch of Skyclave Shades. It's not good at all. They've got 2 extra Blood Chiefs, I guess. And 2 Clinked Dusts, so it's by no means guaranteed that even if I have the Oxen Graveyard, I will get the opportunity to cast it. So I need to keep that in mind. But apart from that, they really don't have much to bring in. And they have some cards to bring out. You know, they have the Didn't Say Please and the Negates. Though they might keep the Negates, but I don't actually have any Great Henges. So maybe not that. And yeah, 3 mana though. 3 mana up. So a little bit less than ideal. But if they spend all their mana countering one of my spells, then I can safely attack with my 1/1. So there's that at least. I don't know why I keep sneezing. God. Okay, well. You know, I'd rather be sneezing and winning than not sneezing and not winning. Really? Okay, well then I can't attack. Soaring Thought Thief flashed in, yada yada yada. We get it, opponent. You're playing rogues. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's still no way I'm giving up a 1/1 for that small amount of damage. I just don't think that's a very safe play. Hold on a second. Getting down Clothis is pretty insane against my opponent. And I don't think they can actually really punish me for that attack. And that tells me that they probably have a bunch of like double blue cards in hand, like I don't know, card draw, like One of Mines or Lull Mage's Dominations, or you know, like a Didn't Say Please left over, a Dead Drown Unlock, something like that, because that's just not a good play at all. And getting down this Clothis is absolutely massive. Also, the fact that they're missing land drops with Ruin Crabs in play is, I'd assume, not exactly what they want to be doing with those cards. So that's also a very good sign for me. I mean, basically everything is a good sign for me at this point. Like, what they're doing is just not very powerful, and that's really good for me. So, you know, basically just hope this trend continues where they just don't do anything. And I'm going to just start playing my stuff. Like, Scavenging Ooze, normally very powerful, but it's a little bit lower priority this game because I'm already hitting the graveyard with Clothis. And, I mean, I hit their graveyard first because actually I probably shouldn't have. You know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just gone after my own graveyard, especially now that my Scavenging Ooze is dead. Now, I guess before my Scavenging Ooze was dead, I was actually right not to. But, yeah, now I'm just going to go after my own graveyard. And I'm going to go ahead and Fire Prophecy a Ruin Crab, bottoming one of my lands. Unless they counter it. They could counter it. They definitely could counter it. This eye is also kind of actually never noticed, but this eye sort of looks like the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. That's a really random thing to say, though. I don't know. But I'm just, like, looking at it, and, like, I'm not wrong, right? Like, look at it. I'm serious. It's just, like, a giant glowing, like, thingamabob. Alright, so, let's get in with the Lovestruck Beast. Still really don't want to run with the Soaring Thought Thief. So I guess they didn't have it earlier. Yeah, I guess damage is important because this Clothis. They definitely have it, though, don't they? Oh, okay, they don't have it. Easy rewarded. Easy rewarded. Okay, nice. So now I know just not to play around it. Oh, and they're playing around Bone Crusher Giant. That's actually really good for me. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. So now I'm actually going to hold on to my lands for this Kazani Mammoth. Next turn I'll play this Fabled Passage, but basically my opponent is in a world of trouble right now. That's a good draw. That's actually it's an all right draw, but I will take it. I will very much take it because the more damage I can do my opponent, the faster I kill them with Colossus. They don't really have a good way to interact with Colossus. I don't even think they have any way to interact with Colossus. So I'm putting them on a really short clock. I mean, 5 turns is a clock, to be fair, but the only way they have of gaining life is Blood Chief Source, which, to be fair, would be pretty bad against me, but I get to exile it anyway, so it's not the worst. And also, they technically have, like, Lurrus life gain, but that's going to take them a while. They have to bring it to hand. They don't have enough mana to do that and hold up counter spells and, like, block and stuff, so... You know, also, if they spend their turn removing my Kazani Mammoth, then I'm going to get in the damage with my 1/1s anyway, since I'm killing their Ruin Crab. So I'm just feeling really good about this game right now. Just feeling overall really good. I mean, this Colossus is just absolutely insane, right? Like, it's just stupid. And, I mean, I don't even have that many cards in Yard, so... They need something pretty spicy to actually really punish me for this attack, and looks like they don't. So they go to 8. They'll go to 6 on my upkeep. I keep drawing cards. If I ever drop one Crusher, that's another turn down. I have a bunch of haste threats. I mean, even an Embercleave would be not bad here, because it'd turn my 1/1s into a threat. They're bringing Lurrus to hand, which is a bit sketch for them. So I guess I'll hit their Ruin Crab, since I don't want them actually reanimating stuff with Lurrus. I'll put them to 4 here. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Like, Lurrus could be a problem for me here, but I have a lot of draw steps to find something. Like Bone Crusher Giant straight wins me the game. Lovestruck Beast wins me the game. Dragon wins me the game. Embercleave wins me the game. Just like a random creature means that life gets much harder for them. Even if I draw land, I'm still in a fine spot. Boom. There we go. There we go. That's the dragon. There we go. Okay, that's actually so good. Okay, so... Now, we won this match. Now I just have to stress out about whether I make top 8. Okay, so I won game 1 and game 2. That's good. It brings up my total game win percentage. Or at least I think that's what it stands for. So we're going to submit result 2-0. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. That's actually a relief. Come on. I'm a couple 3 and 2s will make it to the top 8. I just really want it to be me. And yeah, so I will, right now I have like half an hour to wait, just like stressfully, just like, you know, like, am I going to make top 8? Looking at the standings, refreshing them. But, you won't. Actually, there will be something up on screen in about, like, as soon as I shut up, that will tell you either I did by me saying, welcome to the quarterfinals, or, I'll just put like some text up with like a sad face or something. So yeah. And there it is. I made top 8! Exciting, I know. And you can also already probably tell that even before I said so, because we're heading into the next match. And we're playing against a moderated aggro again. I actually ran into, this was my first match of the day. I ran into this person and I won, so... Hopefully we can do the same again, and, well, this looks like a good hand to do exactly that. It's going to be a little bit awkward in terms of lands, since we're going to have to start off with the Kazani Mammoth tapped on turn 1, so we can stomp on turn 2, most likely, depending on what my opponent does. Might actually, yeah, I'm just going to stomp on turn 2, since I want to make sure I can do that on curve, and then the Scavenging is pretty good. I've got all the adventure creatures. Lovestruck Beast is pretty insane against my opponent as well, so all that is good. And yeah, we're just gonna hold mana here. Worst comes to worst, I stomp the Fireblade Charger if they've got like an Annex or something. And then I'm not even too worried about dying to Embercleave because of this Crow and War, so I'm feeling really good about this hand. Alright, so I'll let them attack me since they might have something here, and it's not like a Spectacle card in Standard. Spectacle cards aren't Standard anymore anyway. Oh! Crap, I didn't mean to do that. I should have killed that before. Whoops. Yeah, I accidentally gave them an extra token. Yikes. Okay, well, that was not smart. Yikes. Okay, it should be fine, though. Like, hopefully that one token doesn't make too much of a difference. I just really need to hit my lands here, since I have a lot of gas. Like, if I had a land next turn, I'm gonna probably just Lovestruck Beast. Hopefully I don't get Embercleaved here. If my opponent has a land, then they can theoretically cast Embercleave. I guess then I'll grab Anax with a Crow and War after taking literally 1 billion damage, but still not ideal. Yeah, that's fine though. That is absolutely fine. That's definitely not super worrying for me. That's awkward though. I guess I'll just cast the Bone Crusher Giant then. I could also Edge Walling Keeper, but no, I'm just gonna cast Bone Crusher Giant. If my opponent has Embercleave, then still rough for me, but the only other option is just playing Edge Walling Keeper plus Heart's Desire, which I think is worse. Okay, if they have Embercleave here, I desperately need to draw land. And I feel like they do, because it's a 4-of, and they wouldn't make this attack otherwise, and yeah, there it is. Come on, put it on the token. No way they do, but I can hope, right? Wait, surely they don't. Actually, wait, what if that's worse for me? What if, because I need to draw land here? Okay, well, then, I guess, what does this change? Pretty much nothing. I'm just dead, aren't I? That's unfortunate. I guess I'm not dead on board. What do I do, though? Because I have to play this Lovestruck Beast just to chump. And then draw on a Crow and War to steal the Anax. Though, I guess... I mean, giving them the 1 token was rough, but they could have just played the Bone Crusher Giant and then I'd be dead anyway. So, I guess it doesn't matter, really. Just missing that land. I'm still a little bit mad about myself at that, though. That was kind of dumb. There was no need to do... Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, well, I guess this game was just over from the get-go, if that's the case. So I guess the 1-1 probably would have not have mattered. It's still bad, but at least I don't get punished for it. And post-board, I get some cards. I do get some cards. I'm going to take out all these... Oops, didn't mean to do that. We're going to take out all these Brushfire Elementals, and then I think I just want to cut back on... What do I even want to cut? Probably either Questing Beast or Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon. How good is Goldspan Dragon against my opponent? I guess I can cut back on 2 Goldspan Dragons. It's probably good, and we'll run it like that. Hope this goes good. I really do want to actually make it to the semifinals. The prizes are pretty good, and just like overall bragging rights. Really don't want to go out to Mono Red, which is what I came prepared for. Like, now that I'm playing against Mono Red, like this is the matchup I came prepared for. It'll be a little bit not great if I win, though. Of course, I already did make top 8. Already got some store credit, so I'm happy already. I'm very happy. I just want to continue winning, which is, I think, understandable. All right, here we go. Game 2. Come on, good hand, please, dealer. What is this garbage? Are you serious? Okay, that's better. This is a better hand. I'll bottom the Field Passage since I... Actually, yeah, because I need to bottom a land here, and Field of Passage would be a tap land. I could crack it on turn 1, but I don't really need to thin my deck. And I'll just Lovestruck Beast here, because if my opponent doesn't do anything, if they just, like, hold up their own stomp, then I'd rather do this. And, I mean, I can play Lovestruck Beast next turn, which is great, and then Bone Crusher Giant's going to continue to be good. And if that's all they've got, then that is fine by me. Them frostbiting, that is totally fine by me. Ooh, that's actually really good. That's actually really good. Now I get to actually, I have an excuse to stomp. Because I can do this. I have Soulseer for Anax or Goldspan Dragon or Torbrand or whatever, so I'm not even worried that much about their top end. And if they let me on top of this Edgewalling Keeper, I should be able to just straight up outgrind them, no questions asked. So I'm feeling good about this one. Yep, there's the Bone Crusher Giant though, but that's fine, because if they're just like playing everything just like slowly, there's an Embercleave, that's going to punish them for that. I just need to draw one more land. Come on, one more land. Oh, another Frostbite. Red Cap Melee, okay. Yeah, they have a couple of those in the sideboard, 2 to be exact. I really do need to land here though. It'd be really awkward if I somehow didn't get out from this position, because, I mean, theoretically, like, I've stomped their thing, I've played my adventure creatures, and it would be pretty frustrating to stall out right at the end, so I need to land something good off the top. Land to get to this questing beast would be nice. That's an Anax. It's a little bit worrying, but I guess there's a questing beast, so I'll take that. I'll certainly take a questing beast. I'm going to play it over Soulseer. They can't block it, so that's just 4 damage. If they have their own Embercleave, then, I mean, if they have 5 mana and they attack with NX, I'm not blocking. If they have less than 5 mana, it probably just, yeah, 5 mana, they're attacking. No, they're not attacking. Okay, so what does this mean then? If I draw land, then I'm just Embercleaving. If I don't draw land, then I'm Soulseering. I really want them not to attack here, though. Really, really want my opponent not to attack here. Okay, good. Oh, wait, no, they do attack. But that's fine. That's fine, because this tells me that they don't have Embercleave, and that's my own Embercleave. And, I mean, come on, make a block, opponent. Make a block, make a block. Please. If they make a block, then I think I'm just straight up on this game. Or at least do everything except like a top decked. I guess they still have some outs, but this is really good for me. And I shouldn't be dead here to very many things. I think I died to an Embercleave off the top from my opponent. That's like pretty much just always going to happen when I let them untap with Anax. And I do think I want to just make sure that And then a Crow and War was the second thing I died to. The 2 of a Crow and War in the sideboard, which there's really nothing I could do about. Okay, well. And that's that. Cool. Of course, every time you run into someone you beat earlier on in the top 8, you always lose. Like, I always beat the person that I lost to in the Swiss. And I guess, yeah, that's just how it is. Well, that is frustrating. But I still made top 8, so that's fine. I'm still happy with that. So yeah, 5th through 8th, but hey, I'll take it. At least I squeaked into the top 8 on 8th on breakers. So, you know, so yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. So this is the deck I was playing. I'll probably add an intro explaining the deck as well, since I didn't do that off the bat. So that's probably gonna be at the start of the video as well. And yeah, so at the end, didn't get too far through the top 8. Lost right off the bat. So 3-3 overall, which I mean is a pretty good record to be getting paid for, to be honest. And I mean, I'm happy with how I played. I had some unfortunate draws in the 4th and last match that I'm a little bit salty about, but I will be absolutely fine. So thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far of the video, especially to you, because this is probably going to be a longish video. And yeah, I will. Oh, right. One more thing. I need to plug myself. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, etc. And yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you all so much for watching. That's the 5th time I've said it, and I will see you later. Goodbye.